Everybody, welcome to my channel. Today guys, I'm going to be showing you how to do this Captain America throw shield from the first clip to the next very smoothly. Let's get into it. So today guys, I have a clip of Johnny Storm right here, and I'm going to link all the clips in the description for you guys to get. So let's get into it. So first, you're going to have to stop where you want the shield to appear in, and yeah. Sorry guys, I actually have like a cold right now, so I'm kind of like, I'm gonna be sniffling through the video. So first step is to make sure that you stop it at the part where you want to throw the shield into the next clip, or in between the white background. So I'm probably gonna stop it around here. So now I'm going to show you guys how to get the 3D model we're going to use for the transition. I'm going to search up Captain America 3D model. I'm going to show you the exact one. It's here on Sketchfab. Alright, so now we're just going to do download 3D model. Also make sure you have have to sign in before you do it. Make sure you sign in before doing it. Alright, now that you're signed in, make sure that you download the GLB file, because GLTF or USDZ or OBJ will not fit in After Effects, or it won't work in After Effects. You can either do texture size 2K or texture size 1K, it really doesn't matter, but if you want high quality, I would do texture size 2K. Now that you downloaded the GLB file, make sure you have it right here. And then name it to whatever you want. I'm just going to do Captain America Shield. And leave all these settings alone and just do it. And there it is. There is the 3D model. Now we're just going to do that. We're just going to position it to outwards. Also, we're going to leave a little bit here so we can have it positioned where it is, so we can make it smooth. Okay. Alright, so first things first, I need to tell you guys something. So you see these two shields up here? The one on the left is not rotating the way we want to, and the right one is rotating the way we want to. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. Alright, so first, don't do rotation, scale, or position. We're going to do universal select. Then we're going to do local axis, and then boom, there we go. That is the correct rotation method. Alright, now that that's out of the way, we're now going to do keyframes, and we're going to locate the shield right here. So we're not going to mess with it at all. We're just going to have it positioned right there. Okay, now the actual keyframes we need is position, scale, orientation, and Y rotation, and opacity. And there we have it. And then we just press U for all the necessary keyframes we just put here. So now we're going to change the position, and we're just going to have it zoomed out right here. And then we're going to use the orientation to rotate this, and then do this. You just gotta work with this a little bit, or you could just use the local axis to just spin it a little bit. And there we have it. It's right there. It's very positioned and nice right there. Alright, now what we're going to do is that we're going to make the shield move into the middle and then make it so Captain America catches it in the next clip. Let's go! I'm just going to make this big a little bit and then position it right here. So we're just going to zoom this out a little bit more and then here and make it just big. And then the rotation we're going to do is that right there. You can also make the scale just whatever you want, just so it can push out more, or it can make the background stand out more, which we're going to do in a minute. Okay, we're going to make the orientation rotate here more. The animation looks very stiff here. It's because we haven't added rotation to the shield yet. So what we're going to do is you have to also make it so the rotation is the exact same as the shield here. So see, it's pushing up. So we're going to push it up. Alright, I'm going to load this now and it's going to take a minute. Alright, now that's done, we're going to see the result. So as you can see right here, it looks very quick. So we're going to try to adjust the keyframes to here. See how it is. Also, while you do the keyframes as well, it can be very slow, especially the spinning. So we're just going to try to make some more spinning right here, so it can look very quick. And yeah, okay. Alright, let's check this. Yeah, this is way too slow, so we just have to move this to a little bit closer to it. Hopefully it's not too fast. Also, you can keep this Y animation like far away from here, like to where you want the animation to end, such as when Captain America catches the shield at the near end of the transition. And if you're going to move the Y rotation to farther away from where it originally was, you're gonna have to increase the Y rotation a little bit more, so it cannot be slow. Alright, now we're going to add a little bit of more rotation and more realistic throwing in the animation. Alright, so now I'm going to place this orientation keyframe right here. Also, so it just doesn't like stop there, making it obvious that it's like standing still while rotating. We're just going to have it like a little bit more zooming, just like a slight zoom. Just slightly zooming out and zooming out. And there. And then we're going to have a little bit more of a yeah, you can customize this to however you want. It'll be really cool. Okay, so we're going to move these keyframes back a little bit. We're going to see how that looks. I'm going to try this. But now that it looks very weird when it like switches to different things, we're just gonna have to now do this. Go to keyframe assistant, easy ease, and now we're going to see how it works. If it doesn't work properly still, we're just going to have to use graphs. Okay, since it's very deliberate, like jumps out of nowhere, so we're just going to just have it appear just like that before. Now we just need to check our clip and see if we need to smoothen it out with our graph editor or if it's good enough. Alright, our clip looks good now, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make it so the Captain America shield can throw into the next clip now. So what we're going to do, we're going to get our clip in here. I'm going to delete this clip because I forgot that wasn't the right one. And we're going to track our clip to where the clip is where Captain America catches the shield for our transition to be complete. There it is. Okay, this is where he catches the shield clip. I'm going to cut this. What we're going to do now is we're going to have the clip right here. And we're going to put this in a composition. We're going to pre-compose this. Move all attributes to the new composition and adjust the composition duration. Here we go. And then we're going to resize this just a little bit. And there we go. Then we're going to switch this aside so it can move with the shield. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to put motion tile on this. You can just see a little bit of the black bars on top, so you don't want to see that. Okay. And now mirror edges. Put the height to 250 and the width to 250. Now we want where the shield is visible. I'm going to move the position in this to keyframe, and then here we're just going to show where the shield is going to go. This is where it's going to disappear, right here. This is where the shield's going to disappear, I mean. And then we're now going to create a keyframe where it shrinks. And then position goes here. And it goes here. Then we're going to zoom it down here, and then we're going to rotate it to where it rotates to. Just want it to be big enough so it can cover the shield. Then now we're going to, okay, now look at that. So it zooms right to where we want it. There's a little bit of delay right there. You can also customize the keyframes to make the position where the shield is going to go, so it can not have any delay if you want it to be literal and to be more smoother. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to just create a keyframe for opacity. I'm just gonna have it right here, and then 0. Now let's see how it goes. There we go. Now that's good. That is really good. Alright, it seems pretty good. Alright. Let me just make the spinning a little bit more spinny. Okay. There we go. Now I think it's time that we create the background. So, add a solid layer. Then we're just gonna add a beginning to it. Okay. Opacity to 0. 0. Alright. Right where the opacity on the shield end begins, we add a keyframe right there. Actually, we can have it right here. There we go. Okay. It looks pretty boring, so what I'm gonna do is we're going to add CC jaws to an image and add black bars, but not the black bars you think of. We're going to just add a black bars, but more Captain America like. So I have this image ChatGPT made for me, where you have this right here. I'm gonna add a fading transition as well right here. Okay. Also, how to make this ChatGPT image is that we just have to open Chrome right here, open ChatGPT, and then we're going to just ask it a normal question. Actually, you have to log in for that. Hold on a minute. Pretty sure everyone has some AI account they can just ask to create an image for. So you just let it create the American stars. Now we're going to do this. Make this resized, and then add CC jaws. CC jaws like that. And now we're going to add a keyframe to completion right here. Then we're going to have 100%. Then in the middle of Captain America's shield, okay, I'm zoomed out too much. Okay. Okay, now we're going to just have the completion around 60%. Also make sure the Captain America shield is over everything. And now we have spikes, so I don't really want that. I kind of want a blocky texture, so we're going to CC jaws. Make sure you have block on here. And then the height, just do 0. Right around here, we want you to make the CC jaws completion down to 100, basically. Okay. Perfect. Now we're going to make this, we're going to pre-compose this. Captain America's shield. And then boom, right here. Then we're going to add a few animations, not animations, but effects to it, like a glow and stuff. So what we're going to do, we're going to add deep glow. Might be a little bit too bright, so I'm going to have to probably do glow. Or S_glow. You just need sapphire for it. Now if you want, you can make the white glow. You can have the white glow on the white stars. So we're probably going to add that. Alright, glow threshold just to 100. So it could just affect the stars only. But it will affect more than that. But let's see the final result. That looks better. That looks cool. Now I want to add a little bit of a comic flash in the background. So this will be very easy. Just going to adjust this opacity on this glow real quick, and we'll get right into the comic book flash. I want the comic thing to start right around here. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to get our comic book pictures here now, right there. See? Okay. What we're going to do, we're going to put this behind Captain America's shield. Wait, yeah, behind Captain America's shield, but this is Captain America's shield. Somehow this pre-composed thing was called Captain America's Shield Comp 1. Okay, got confused there. Now we're going to pre-compose this to comic flash animation. Right there. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a bunch of images. We're just going to add this image right here. Alright, let's see how it looks now. Wait a minute. Since we add some new ones, we need to perfect. Now that they all are all aligned, time for my favorite part. We're going to add S_blur curves. And we're just going to do Z-dist. Just gonna add that. Going to add 1 to here. Alright, now we're going to do this. Keyframe assistant, easy ease, go to here. Also, we do edit value graph right there. Then we're just going to do exactly that. And then we're just going to add a smooth here. Alright, that's exactly how we're going to do it. Okay, then we're just going to do this. S_blur my curves, paste it there. Make sure to center it like where we want it. Also do the exact same graph I did as well. Here. Most tutorials do not show how to do this thing right here. I really don't know how to do that, so like I had to show you. Just do edit value graph and then double click again, or wherever, like computer you have. Click whatever means, do that. And do edit speed graph if you want to do that, you know, or edit value graph if you want to actually like do something with that. So yeah, there you go. Now that the comic book flashes are done, we're just now going to add a opacity here, and then we're just going to do 0 here. And there we go. So that's how we do it. Okay. Now let's see how this looks. It's gonna load a long time, so I'm just gonna do it in the white flash. Okay, now all we have to do is just add our glow on the comic flip animation, and I'm gonna get that from one of my previous edits, and I'll come back to you and I'll show you what you can do to make the same thing with your comic book animation. Alright, here we go. So this is it right here. Glow is very bright though, so I'm going to have to minimize it a little bit. But here, I'm going to get rid of some of the glow. But here, okay. Glow radius, we have to make that very low. Slider, very low too. Very low too. Here we go. Okay, we're with the wave speed. You can make that 50. But here's the settings for all you want. Here it is, wave warp, etc, etc. Yeah. You can add glow 1. Basically it's just glow, just added multiple times, because you see glow 1. Made me kind of confused making me search glow 1. But here, it's just glow added multiple times. There you go. And wave warp is wave warp right here. Wave warp. To have it that kind of vintage screen type thingy. And also displacement. I think displacement wave. Just search up wave. Seems like something that you'll need for Sapphire probably, but maybe not. But yeah, it doesn't need waves, it really just needs a glow and some static. So I'm gonna try to get some static right now. Grain static. You need Sapphire for static, so there we go. You see that change. Color amplitude. Okay, there we go. Still needs the glow to be down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Alright, nice. Looks clear and looks like it can be seen. Okay, there we go. So that is all that it is. Then add your color correction, then you're done. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.